You're listening to Saturday Morning Media. And now, back to our show. Exclusive bonus content for this episode is available on the free Saturday Morning Media app for iOS and Android. For more information, visit SaturdayMorningMedia.com/apps. What a wonderful surprise to walk in and see you here.
Well, I've always fancied myself a disc jockey.
Wow.
Yeah, and a junior lockpick specialist, apparently.
Wait, what?
Well, I mean, Santa has master keys to everything.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
that's
I'm
right.
sure that...
Of course.
Well, welcome to Elf Centered, everybody. My name is Gavin.
I'm Gary.
Beatrice is not here, but filling in for Beatrice is Mrs. Claus. Lovely to have you back.
Round of applause.
Why, I'll applaud myself. Thank you.
It's so wonderful to have you back here.
It's great to be back, and I'm sorry that Beatrice isn't here.
Well, I think she had a shoe buyers convention with her new job. She had to go to Rapid City,
right?
And to some big shoe buyers convention. So she's going to come back with a whole bunch of new styles of elf shoes.
Oh, and I got some sensible flats the last time from her, so I'm really looking forward to something new and exciting.
Well, she is certainly. You have been very nice to her. She was a little unsure about this job, about the shoe salesman job. She was a little unsure about it.
Yeah, she's got a fetish. It's whatever is an anti-fetish.
Yeah, she doesn't like feet.
She doesn't like them.
That is so interesting because I love a well-turned-out heel, and she's a 5.5 AAA, and I notice ladies' feet because mine are not petite by any means.
Well, you and her are going to get along. I mean, I can't even imagine what that size looks like. I mean, I guess
we've seen her feet. They're really
I just
small.
Didn't know.
And it's like almost like she's standing is on like pool cues. There's not a lot of foot down there.
Like pinpoints.
Right.
Like it just, yeah.
Right. Can you imagine if she's like doing a shiatsu massage on your back with those feet? It's having like somebody poking a stick on you.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of, what I'm saying is there's not a lot of weight transfer that a well-established foot would take some of the weight and wouldn't just be a pinpoint. You get it, right?
I've never seen her tumble.
No, she's very graceful. And we will not bring up her dancing. We have made it. Did you have something you want to say? Mrs. Claus, you can say whatever you want because you're Mrs. Claus.
Yes.
I just want to go on record right here and now, everyone, that I tried to pull her. Mr. Claus kept me in my chair. I tried to get to her as quickly as I could.
Pull her skirt out?
To pull her skirt out of those cute little reindeer underpanties, but he held me back. And I'm very upset. We didn't speak for 3 days because of that.
Oh, my gosh.
I didn't know that Beatrice was causing a rift in the head household.
Well, she's been the talk of the town, so I guess it went all the way to the top. I didn't...
I feel her shame.
But you and Santa are okay now, right?
Barely, but yes.
Oh.
Sounds like... did anything like that ever... Like, I've had embarrassing stuff happen to me all the time. Has anything like that had happened to you, Mrs. Claus?
I once carried an entire roll of toilet paper out of a ladies' room into a J.C. Penney's, but I caught myself before too much of it had unwound. But I understand how these things happen.
I see.
So it's like on the bottom of your foot, and like classic embarrassing moment.
Bottom of my foot, yes. Yes, it was the bottom of my foot.
Oh,
okay. Well, Mrs. Claus, you are always such a champion of wonderful causes. I mean, last year you were here and you told us about that amazing penguin adoption.
Yes, and you adopted a wonderful little penguin and named him Harvey.
Yes,
he's here in the studio with us.
Yeah, I brought him here.
Where is he?
He's right here. He's right here.
Oh, my word, you've got black pants on with a white shirt. I didn't even notice him.
Yeah, he's right here in my lap.
He's dressed for dinner.
Oh.
I just knew because Beatrice wasn't going to be here, and she's so allergic, as you know, to penguins.
Yeah, take the advantage.
That I would bring
There's got to be something that could be done about that. But anyways.
Yeah.
She has several stuffed penguins, and I know that she talks, not stuffed like taxidermy, stuff like stuffed animal.
Yeah. She's working on, like, building up, like visual. She's starting visually.
She has visual tolerance.
Oh,
And then she's going to start touching them.
Yeah.
And then go build up that tactile resistance too. And then like there's some auditory. She asked me to do some recordings of my penguins so that she can play it on the CD player and get used to the auditory kind of build up auditory resistance. And then she'll go finally to
the dander doctor.
Right.
Well, it was her and I went out for pizza the other night, and we were walking back, and I was very impressed because there was a penguin directly across the street, and she didn't flip out and run away like she normally does. She was
That's
just like,
progress.
there's a penguin, okay. So, but do you have a cause that you're working on this year?
Well, let's see. There's so many. There's the lumber cause. There is, the barn dance. What was that thing that Mildred was involved in? The
Matilda with the maypole?
Oh, I call her Mildred. Matilda, I'm sorry. Yes. But this year, I think what is near and dear to my heart has got to be the pursuit of what we really are meant to be in this world. I want everyone to operate at their maximum capacity, and I know that means getting in touch with all of those things that hinder us, that the little roadblocks that we put up for ourselves. Like, Gary, I know you have several.
I do, yes. Yes, I do.
And what are you doing to break down those barriers? If you feel comfortable talking.
Oh, no, I feel pretty comfortable about it.
Because personally, I think you're the poster child for roadblocks.
Well, I've been thinking about it lately, and I realized that I really don't want to do anything about it at all.
Well, that's kind of progress.
I made a decision. Before it was like, I should really thinking about it. And then I just started thinking about it. And then I decided to think about not thinking about it. And then I just stopped thinking about it.
I wish I could get to that place.
It was a lot of hard work and a lot of late night ice cream sandwiches.
Would you come and speak at one of our conventions?
Oh,
wow.
I think you have a lot to say.
Of course I would. I would love to.
Now, what about you, Gavin?
Well, I just started my job as a lip reader, and I've been doing that for a couple months now, and I really like it. It is a little bit. You know how, like, sometimes people say, like, if you ask people about superpowers, what superpower would you want? And, like, one of the things is telepathy, like, you can read people's minds. And then some people are like, I wouldn't want to read all the things that people say.
Oh, Lord, no.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that because, like, I can tell what people are saying from pretty far away.
Now,
and I don't know, sometimes...
It's like you have super hearing.
Yeah.
But with your eyes.
So.
Now, can I do a little test?
Sure.
We're in the studio, so no one can see this. But I'm going to say something, and I want to see if you can tell what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's a little something we do in choir.
All right.
Okay, now look at my lips.
I'm watching. You're saying watermelon.
Oh, you're a genius.
That is so true.
We do that when we can't remember the words. We'll just go watermelon.
I didn't know you sang with a choir.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. She does it like. I've seen it. It's broadcast.
I'm a tenor.
Really? I gotta stop watching DVDs all the time. I gotta watch some regular TV.
Live television. There's something about live television, and sometimes they'll have a simulcast on ElfTube, and it's live streaming, and so like you can, and then like you're interacting with the other elves that are watching.
Can you like request songs and stuff? Do you guys?
Well, there's moderators that are on the elf the stream, and so like you can, and then there's some people that are like trolling the stream. But like,
those are trolls,
right?
Those are actually
they were actually
because trolls get on Elf Centered all the time. I mean, ElfTube all the time.
Right, exactly.
That's okay.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
We let nymphs, fairies,
right.
giants.
Right,
Giants make a lot of typos. I've noticed.
Oh, those big old fingers.
on
How
a
can
keyboard.
they not?
Yeah.
Right, and the trolls are usually speaking in Norwegian.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be my next cause. We need to find a way to reduce the size of a giant's hands.
Giant's hands.
Oh. Find out whatever's happening with Beatrice's feet, and then you can.
Oh, I wonder if there's a way that we could use Beatrice's feet as a model for a giant's hands.
Maybe there's like we could scrape the DNA off of her soles of her feet or pegs, and like we could create in a vacuum lab, like create another set of her feet.
He's a genius. So many people don't give this man credit, but he thinks like Doctor Who or Bill Nye or one of those science guys.
Listen. That's why I like Gary. He's always smart. If I have a problem or something, I just go to Gary, and Gary will give me an answer.
I'll give you an answer for sure.
It won't be conventional, I will tell you that.
That's right.
And that's part of his charm.
I still have peanut butter in my pillowcase because I had an earache, and Gary said, you know what you do? You fill your pillowcase with peanut butter.
Yep.
And
it's got to be smooth.
It did. Well, that's part of the issue is I use crunchy.
Yeah,
because that's all I had in the house. And I thought, well, this will work, and it didn't work.
Right.
Oh, my word. You know, with all that flying at the elevated latitude or is it longitude? Anyways, that Mr. Claus does, when he comes down, he has an ear infection. I'm going to tell him to try that.
Oh, it's kind of like when you come up from underwater really fast. Like if you come down from really...
Yes.
Oh, you get the bends?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, I didn't get that one out of my own noggin. I was down in the mines with Pedro, and
Pedro.
Yeah. He's got some really great ideas, and he was laying down some lines, spitting some verse, and one of them was like, "I put peanut butter in my pillowcase whenever I feel bad, and now my ears are clear, homie. I'm so glad."
Wow.
And then he went into sign language. He also does sign language and rap.
He's a good dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That popping and locking.
Man, oh man. Well, and the other thing I will say, the other unexpected benefit is it took longer for my earache to go away because I used the crunchy peanut butter. Had I used smooth, it would have gone quicker. But the other cool thing is I have a bunch of new mouse roommates. Like they just, it was really nice. And Harvey loves palling around with them. I'm always down for more critters in the house. Make it feel like a home.
Now, does Harvey like peanut butter? Did he help you with eradicating?
I would wake up in the night because I would hear something. That's how I first knew my earache was gone. Was I could hear something. I could hear like this, and I turn and look, and it was Harvey eating some of the peanut butter. It was
a win-win for everyone.
Yeah. Well, we want to let everybody know that coming up on June 16th is the big artisanal snowman festival.
That's our wedding anniversary.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, I bet nobody knows that. I shouldn't have said anything.
I think there might be a theme coming up.
Oh,
congratulations. Yeah, those snowmen, a lot of anniversary snowmen.
Yeah.
Well, we are certainly looking at that'll be taking place down in the park, sort of on either side of the pipeline that runs through the park now.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Pipeline is...
It's kind of a pain in the neck.
It makes like a loud... Do you like to hear the banging every once in a while?
Yeah.
Like something got caught...
And something's rolling down it?
Yeah. Mayor Thompson, he knows what he's doing. I trust him.
He's a little too progressive for my taste.
Really?
I'm trying to be open-minded to all of the changes he wants to make, but I'm old school, if I can use that expression.
Sure.
I'm not sure how I feel about that pipeline. There, I've said it. It's out there.
Well, interesting. Maybe that will become a cause later on for you.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
I never thought about that. Oh, my word. These things do serve a purpose.
I don't mind the banging of the pipeline as much as the weird glow. That like at the seams of the pipeline, there's like that bright green glow that...
Those aren't work lights? I thought those... Oh, my gosh.
No, that's like whatever's in the pipeline.
Oh, well, that can't be good.
Well, it's warm. It's warm. If you're running across town and you got a little bit of a chill, like you forgot your mittens.
Yeah, I've stood in front of that for a while.
You just hold. You don't even have to get close to it. You can just be like 15 feet away and hold your hands out and you feel the heat. Yeah, it's nice and warm.
Yeah, I like getting closer.
It's good.
It's hot. It gets warm, like really warm.
Well,
I
you and
guess-
I talked. We wanted to do hot dogs once. We
That-
wanted to see if we could cook hot dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
How close we'd have to get before we had a cooked
Oh,
hot dog.
let's try that.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up this episode of Elf Centered. Do not forget that the big Artisanal Snowman Festival is coming up on the 16th. And Mrs. Claus, this was wonderful having you in the studio again.
Well, feel free, let yourselves out, and I'll just follow out after.
Oh, you should just talk to Santa about doing your own show.
Oh, I thought you'd never say that.
What kind of show would you do?
Well, I think it would be a combination. You know, I love musical comedy, but I also love religious music, and I also love politics and animals. So I'm trying to find a way to incorporate all those things
Wow.
together.
And would you take calls?
Oh, absolutely.
Interesting. Well, I know I would love to. I would listen.
I would listen to it every week.
Yeah,
Oh,
me too.
thank you, Gary.
Well, this has been Elf Centered. Oh, before we go, I forgot the forecast.
yeah.
Is snow, more snow, except around the pipeline. There's not. That's
there's
one good
not.
thing about the pipeline is there's
It never
not a lot
snows
of snow.
at the. Well, that's
Well, it snows, but it never lands on either side.
Kinda like-
there's a good stretch.
Yeah, it
You see it-
evaporates before it hits it.
You could sunbathe pretty much. Like if you're within 15 feet of the pipeline, you can
Oh,
just
I
sit on
haven't
a lounge
worn
chair.
a bikini in years. But thanks for suggesting that you'd like to see me in one.
Well,
I don't know who did that.
well,
But I would want to.
yeah, sure.
Oh, stop.
Well, my name is Gavin,
I'm Gary.
And I'm Mrs. Claus.
and we'll see you next time on Elf Centered. This episode of Elf Centered was completely improvised by Chris Sheets, Grant Baciocco, and special guest Leslee Harman as Mrs. Claus. Now, as you heard in this episode, Mrs. Claus fancies herself a radio DJ, and we have a small snippet of her radio show. To hear it, you'll need to download the free Saturday Morning Media app for iOS and Android and hit the button that says bonus in the entry for this episode. For more information on how to download the app, visit SaturdayMorningMedia.com/apps. Elf Centered is a production of Saturday Morning Media and is made possible by the Saturday Morning Media Patreon patrons who've gone to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up a monthly donation for as little as $1 a month. Huge thanks to Shay Stewart, Mer Lafferty, Jeff Peterson, Dale Gadania, Stephen Staver, Jackie Climo, Melissa Crawford, Dave Slusher of the Evil Genius Chronicles, Mike Conflin, Dorothy Baciocco, John D., Kathy Crawford, Brian Greer, Carrie Whitney, Chuck Tomasi of the Technorama Podcast, Chris Foster, Stephen Ing, Clinton of ComedyForecast.com, Vicky DeVries, Mike Wabshall, Twitter user Butzengear, a.k.a. Wildcat, Eve Cunning, Mike Hamilton, Gaston Moreno, Reed Loveland, Ivan Asquith, Vanessa Whitney, Nancy McCarthy, Janine Lee, Peggy Etra, Kristen Hogan of Squid Friends, David Akers, and Zoe Palladino. If you'd like to support this show and the other fun content from Saturday Morning Media, become a patron. Head on over to patreon.com/Saturday Morning Media and set up your monthly donation today. You can also tell a friend about the show or leave the show a review on iTunes. And while you're over there on iTunes, be sure to click that subscribe button. That way you'll get new episodes the moment they are released. Thank you so much for tuning in to Elf Centered. We'll see you next time. Elf Centered is copyright 2017 Saturday Morning Media, Grant Baciocco, executive producer, all rights reserved. www.SaturdayMorningMedia.com. You've been listening to Saturday Morning Media. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.